feast. Of course, today I saw a video of people in other countries celebrating Eid with being kind to goats. You don't actually have to slit anybody's throat in order to have a religious ceremony. It's a little bit weird that people still think that this is okay. Let's praise the Lord. Let's slit an animal's throat. Why not? Yeah. Oh no, you forgot Tony Bennett died. Well, I left my heart in San Francisco. I learned that song when he died, how to play it on guitar. The little cable cars. I was really sad when Tony Bennett died. Anyway, there they are. Look at all the people. They're praying right before they go to the throat slitting party. In Asia on Monday celebrated Eid, or the Feast of Sacrifice, with food and prayers for people in Gaza suffering from the Israel Hamas war. It's one of the biggest Islamic holidays. Prophet Ibrahim's test of faith through slaughtering livestock and animals and distributing the meat to the poor. How do you show that you love God? Well, you take one of his creations, you take one of her creations, and you know what you do? Here's what you're going to do, all right? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take one of God's creations, you're going to drag a hot piece of steel right across that creation's throat. You know what you're going to do with it? You know what you're going to do with the meat, the flesh of that beautiful creature that once lived, breathed, and wanted to go on living and breathing? Wow. It commemorates that prophet. Well, that's so great. We commemorate the prophet. We buy us. It's a joyous occasion for everybody but the animal, for the which the food is hallmark, where devout Muslims buy and slaughter animals and share 2/3 of the flesh with the poor, and it's a revered observance that coincides with the final rites of the Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. There's everyone hugging each other, having a great time. Here they are, a bunch of people having a good time. God's pronoun is it. Oh well, that's great. I like that idea. So this is what they call a wake-up call. Special one. This is the wake-up call. Are you woke? Are you woke up? He's good at waking up early. I am pretty good at waking up early, but the internet sometimes isn't waking up early for me. People do henna. This woman has her hands painted. She's got her hands painted. Is it blood? Is it blood that does the henna on this special day? Um, Much of Asia did it. Apparently, they're observing Eid al-Adha on Monday. That's today. While Muslims in other parts of the globe, including Saudi Arabia, Libya, and Egypt, did it on Sunday. They can't decide which day, but what they all agree on, is that someone has to die. Our prayers and thoughts are with our brothers and sisters who are now suffering in Palestine. What about the brothers and sisters who are now suffering under our knives as we slit their throats? There are many opportunities for us now to channel our help through charities. Through charity. That's great. Residents in Yogyakarta, an ancient center of the Javanese culture and seat of the royal dynasties, they they believe that if they manage to catch the crops arranged in the form of a cone-shaped pile of a gunungun that is paraded from the royal palace to Kalman Grand Mosque, it can bring them good luck. They scrambled it and grabbed various food offerings made of fruit, vegetables, and traditional snacks. That sounds more my style. I don't know what traditional snack means here, but fruits and vegetables, I like it. Let's make some fruits and vegetables. Here's this this looks like a cow who's scared. There's a couple cows here, little cows who are scared to death. People struggle to control bulls for slaughtering on the occasion of Eid al-Adha in Pakistan. Here they all are with their phones, modern phones. See, now they have modern phones, but they still want to adhere to this ancient ritual of slitting someone's throat today. Yeah. I don't think it's right. Santa Claus is to... Santa Claus, well, I guess maybe Santa Claus has something to do with this. I really enjoy though that everyone's like, oh, they bring out their phones. Let's tape this. Let's videotape the slaughter. Let's videotape the slitting of the throat, and with the phone. So like we need to keep up these ancient rituals, but bring in the modern device of a cell phone in order to document the carnage. Oh, what about your crops? This is carnage. Man, it's just such a horrible thing, and it just makes me sick to my stomach that this is all mass hysteria. That's what this is, mass hysteria. Anytime I see a bunch of people on their knees bowing in the direction of anything or anyone, it's mass hysteria. Why is this admissible? Why is this okay? Why is this perfectly normal? Why is this on the front page of the news today that this is food and meat? Nobody talks about the struggle of the animals. It just talks about the struggle of the people to control the animals whose throats they're going to slit. 170 million people on Monday marked the festival in open fields and mosques where many prayed for a better world free from war. Well, you can't have a better world free from war because as long as there are slaughterhouses, there will be battlefields. As long as you think it's okay to slit someone's throat, whether they have 4 legs or 2 legs, there will be no peace. Millions of cattle were slaughtered across the country to celebrate the day. Millions of cattle. Cattle. Millions, huh? Well, there you go. Happy Aid, everybody. I hear that there are people who don't actually slit the throats of animals, but here they are on a soccer field with their cell phones and all the rest. Look how these are all men right here. You can't let women pray next to you because women would, well, they have periods, haven't you heard? They have, that's also in the news. Women have periods, ladies and gentlemen. You might have heard of menstruation, and you can't pray next to someone who menstruates. That's just something you're not allowed to do. But but since they believe that more animals die in crop production than they should produce crops, God will be happy, I guess. That's what they should do. They should produce more crops, and by that, sacrifice the animals for the Lord. Well, thank you very much for being here, vegans. That's all I wanted to talk about in the morning AP today. That was the headline that flashed across. Last night, I was watching people um, celebrate with goats and cows, and they weren't killing anybody. So apparently, there are some people who are into it. Yes, that would be logical. There's nothing logical about religion. There's nothing logical about bowing to an invisible God. There's nothing logical about slitting an animal's throat, except that well, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun to watch the blood run out of their throats while their life drains out of their eyes. Isn't it fun? It's fun for everybody. Hey, it's for the God. It's for the Godhead after all. It's for the God. Anyway, speaking of menstruation, shit. All right. Well, I hope everyone understands that women are equal. That they shouldn't. If you're gonna pray to an invisible God, it's even more ridiculous to say that women aren't allowed to do it with you because of their menstruation cycles. Yeah, you know that in Japan, they're not even allowed to. Women aren't even allowed in the ring of a sumo ring because of menstruation. I mean, this is like, it's like, are we still 12-year-old boys? I know back in the ancient world people didn't live as long, but did they only live to be like 12? Is that what it is? And they're still grossed out by menstruation? But they're not really, are they? I mean, they eat chickens eggs these days, so they've matured. They eat chickens eggs. But a woman is still isn't allowed to pray next to you, and you're not allowed to, and women aren't allowed into the sumo wrestling ring. No, not even allowed in. Not competing. No, that's against the law. But they're not even allowed in the ring. Uh, there was a case where someone had a heart attack in the ring, like a judge or something, and women who were trained medical professionals ran to help him, and they were pushed out because they were women and they would make the ring impure. Anyway, that's fun, right? God damn it. Well, even though people still are grossed out by human menstruation, but they eat animal menstruation, I hope that in the end, perhaps they might all understand that it's not hard to not abuse animals.
It's so hard to not abuse animals.
Carnies can fuck themselves.